All right, so I'm going to be talking about how to upload courses to the new system. So I'll share my screen in a sec here. I'm going to just start by going to, let's see, NSRIC.ca. So we'll start there. So if we just go to NSRIC.ca, you'll see a screen. Oh, it'll take a moment for us here. You'll see a screen like this. Okay. And then you're gonna click on instructor panel for uploading your courses, and then it may have you log in. Now, if it does, you'll just type in your name and your login details there, and then you're good to go. They'll also have you answer a simple arithmetic question, and that's just for security, just to make sure that you're not a robot, that you are an actual person indeed. So that's just something that our tech team has included for security purposes. Okay, so let's talk about creating a course.
And if I may add something, there are things that need to be downloaded. Invariably, I believe all of you already have all those documents, but yet if you do not have those, or you misplaced or missed it, you just simply click here. If your course is related to NIST program or NSRIC K-12 unit, because both are same, exactly the same, you click here, and then you see all the required document you can download, or all at once you can download, and the description of each document is stated here to understand, because those are ministry required document. At the end of the day, after completion of your course, you should prepare all these documents for the ministry, and it would be going to the ministry as a binder. The word ministry use, course binder. So whatever course you are going to teach, all these documents will be filled, prepared ahead of time by yourself for the ministry. And definitely we are recommending it before starting the course, so that a student will be also aware of. Let's say a professional picture and professional biography should be invariably in your profile, in your dashboard, so that we can pull it for our team members. And Mr. Shamsul Azam and our IT team are doing this continuously. So I would highly recommend to download, let's say, this biography and template. Those are some of the professional picture you can select for you. And then most importantly, the biography, so that we can place you in the appropriate place in the system. You just write down your biography. Just I am giving you an example. You can read mine one and try to reflect the information what is available in my biography and reflect it in your biography. And you follow this format. You write your name, designation, and then write. So exactly it will show up in the system. For example, if I go to one of the courses that is extremely important for you, let's say if you go to the team member, and that is what we are looking for. If you click here, it will take you to the biography, what you uploaded in your system. You see? So this is how it should looks like. So you follow this instruction, this format, and it will automatically pop up in our system. This is for NIST. Another one, if you wanted to upload and prepare a course related to other unit, these are the documents: course outline, PPT slide, bundle course program template. This is another important document where you describe your program and bundle the course, what Miss Anna was telling. And this is a long document, a handbook, what is all about NSRIC and the guideline to prepare courses, and then professional pictures and biography.
Okay, so let's talk about creating a course. You can click create a course and it will allow you to start a new course with title and everything like that. I'm actually just going to go through, I'm going to click edit. I won't actually change anything for my current courses, but that's what we'll do just to kind of demonstrate a bit more easily there. Okay, so let's go with the grade 9 de-streamed one. I'm going to click edit. Okay, so first things first is the course title, and this is what's going to be at the forefront of your course. It's the first thing that a parent or a student will see when they click on your course. So make sure that the title, if it's a specific high school or middle school course that's for the NIST division, that it matches that title, it matches that course code. Otherwise, you can just title your course anything you'd like. I do recommend making sure that the course title that you use is accurate and makes it clear what the course is about and what they can get out of the course by taking it.
And if I may add something, especially for the course title, the teachers and the instructor who are assigned the NIST program courses or Cat-12 courses, they are very specific related to the ministry courses. So these are ministry approved courses. So I would highly recommend to put the course code as Miss Anna mentioned and the course title. This is extremely, extremely important to navigate by the ministry for your courses. Thank you.
Then we have the course types. You can select synchronous or asynchronous learning, or you can select both. Now, my personal recommendation is to do both, although it is your choice. And the reason why both is, in my opinion, probably the best thing to do is because at the end of the day, if you just do synchronous, then there's going to be some students who might want to take your course, but they're busy at the time, especially since we're an international school with all the different time differences. It just might be from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning for them. And so that doesn't make sense for them to take the course if it's only offered then. Whereas let's say you only do asynchronous, well, there's some students who like that, more of that hands-on learning approach and just learn better if there's a set schedule for them as to when they need to be somewhere when. Not all the students have developed, kind of the responsibility yet necessarily to be able to find their own way and go at their own pace and actually make progress. And also there's just people who, they prefer, even if they could do that and they could learn that way, maybe they learn better in synchronous mode with a set schedule as to when the course is done by. And so doing both just gives the students and the parents more flexibility, and that will lead you to more signups, because that way you avoid having people not sign up for the course because it isn't offered in the mode that they'd prefer. Next, we have the place where you can upload your course outline. So there's a very specific format that we want for all NSRIC courses, and then there's a separate format for NIST courses. So depending what your course is, which type your course is, you'll upload with that format. The NIST courses is only for the K-12 unit. So if you're not doing K-12 unit courses, then you'll just use the NSRIC outline, I guess I should say, like that template to start with your course, fill out all of it as accurately as possible, and then upload it here. You can also always choose another upload too if you realized, oh, I made a mistake, just fix it up and then upload the latest version and you're good to go. Then we have the course subtitle here. So this just gives us a little bit more information about the course. I put my name in here. I put that it is taught both synchronously and asynchronously, and that's what's being offered here. Then we have tags and keywords. So maximum is 30 for these, and you want to put in keywords associated with the title, associated with also what you learn in the course, that sort of thing, because the idea is that when think about it from the consumer's perspective, the person looking up the course, they want to be able to easily find your course. So someone who is looking for, a course that has to do with some of these topics will find this course as an option for them. Someone who's looking for grade 9 D stream mathematics, they're going to find this course easily. So the keywords allow people to find the course more easily. Then there's learning outcomes. And actually, this is something that I need to change a little bit. The way course learning outcomes should be is they should be CLO and then the number. So CLO1 for course learning outcome 1. And then they should also be a full sentence. So instead of order of operations, students will learn how to apply the order of operations when simplifying and solving. Right? Because that's a little bit more clear and as a full sentence of what the learning outcome is. And then I would just go through all of these, maybe combine some of them, like maybe surface area and volume could be combined into the same learning outcome because those are similar, that kind of thing. And then we have those there. And if it is a NIST course, do make sure that your course learning outcomes, they don't have to be the exact, copied and pasted necessarily, but they should be to an effect, they should be the same as the course learning outcomes that the ministry has for all of us as well.
Could you please show one of my course as a set example?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go and find one. But yeah, so as you can see, Professor Hossein, he wrote his course learning outcomes with, with some full sentences of different outcomes. So that way the students who take this course, they'll know exactly what they can expect to learn from this course and why they would want to take this course, right? So for this one, it's not a NSRIC program course though. This one, the goal would be for someone who's looking for a career in this topic to do that. All right, so I'll continue on here. So yeah, so you were talking about course learning outcomes and how even if they don't have to be word for word the same as what the ministry said, like they should be the same effect, right? The same topics that the ministry covers need to be reflected in the learning outcomes. So that's important. So yeah, so grade 9 math, it's interesting. Since I took the course 10 years ago as a grade 9 student, they've added a couple of new things. And so I did the topics that I need to be part of the curriculum, but then I went back to the Ontario guidelines and realized, oh wait, there's more things. And so then I uploaded videos for those extra things as well. So definitely recommend, even if you've taken the course relatively recently, like I thought I had, to check because sometimes they do change things around. Next, we have course description. Now, if you're doing a NIST course, the course description will actually be available on the NIST website directly, which is good. So you can just copy and paste it from there. So here's that directly copied and pasted, or it can be copied, pasted from the government website, because I believe that's where NIST got theirs in the first place. And then as for if it's like your own college level course, so like a post-secondary level course that isn't part of the Ontario curriculum, then you would write your own course description explaining very, briefly, quickly, concisely as to what the students will be learning. And also I would include a call to action here as to like, why would the student want to take this course? What can they get out of this course? Well, partly probably a career certificate, right, to help them advance their career. But what can they learn? How could they apply that in their career potentially is also a great thing to put in a course description. Whereas the nice thing with the high school courses is they kind of sell themselves because, the students have to take high school courses or they're not going to get their diploma. And, everyone knows why they have to get their diploma. So then we have course duration. So what I want to mention with this isn't just the lecture duration. This isn't just how many hours of lectures there are. This is just how many overall hours that the course goes through. And so for any high school course, the ministry says it's 110 hours. So that's what I put here. For most other courses, for a lot of college level and stuff, they'll be shorter. So anything from maybe 10 to 40 hours per course. If it's longer, you could break it up into like some separate courses, things like that. But yeah, if it is a NIST course, do be sure to check up on that so that you know what's what, basically. Okay, so then we'll click Save and Continue after all that's in. Okay, so next, this tells you about the session. So this part you'll only see if you're doing synchronous or if you chose synchronous and asynchronous as I did and as we recommend. So I've actually already chosen some times for this course, but let's say I wanted to add another section because this is section 1. Let's go all the way down here. If I wanted to edit the current section, I would click Section Edit. If I wanted to delete this section, I would click Delete. To add an extra lecture to the session, I could click here. And then to add an extra just overall session, I would click here. And then for section name, rather than just writing 1 or 2, you actually want to write section 1, section 2. So I'm going to write section 2. The number of students, it's automatically filled in at 35. You can change it, but we do recommend capping it at around that 35 mark because that's enough students that a lot of people are able to enroll. But if too many students enroll, then it can be a little bit harder to teach the class, especially you're going to get, more questions, more this, more that. And so we recommend at that point, just starting a second section if you're able to, if there's more interest, but your class is getting full. Then you'll put in the start date. So let's say this course is starting in February of next year, just as an example. So 2024, let's say February 3rd is the first day. So that'd be 0203 for February 3rd. And then here I put in the number of lecture hours. Now I will say the number of lecture hours can be about 30 to 40% less than the overall course duration, right? Because the overall course duration also includes the self-study that the students do on their own time. It also includes like the final exam hours, which are not counted in lecture hours. It also includes any time the students spend doing the readings, working on the projects, things like that. And so I'm sure most of you probably don't expect the students to just show up for the lectures and have that be it, right? You probably expect them also to do something and to actually apply what they've learned, right? And so this for lecture hours is just the number of lecture hours. So given that the total number of hours for this course was 110, I'm going to say, okay, let's do 80 lecture hours. And the rest of the hours can be them doing other things related to the course. Then I'm going to click save. And then it takes me back to the beginning. And now I need to actually add in what times my sessions are going to be for section 2. So I'm going to click on section 2. And then I'm going to click on add sessions or lectures because there are none. There are none. And then I'm going to choose my days of the week. So I think I want this class to meet on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from, let's say, 7 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. EST. And then I'm going to click save to save those. And then from there, if there's certain ones you need to delete, so let's say it's generally Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but you realized, oh no, one of the Fridays is actually Good Friday. We can't have class on Good Friday. Or one of the sections is for a lot of the students who we expect to take this course, it's a very important holiday for them. Then maybe we shouldn't have the class on that holiday, for example. So for instance, if the class is mostly aimed at Chinese students, then perhaps we should delete the classes that would occur during the Spring Festival, for example. Or I think as many of us know it here, it's called Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year. Very, very big, important holiday for them. So perhaps we wouldn't get a lot of people showing up those days anyway, and we could just delete those times specifically and add them into the end of the course or something like that. Yeah, or if there's a day when we personally are unable to do it, we have something really important that day we have to attend to, like a doctor's appointment, same kind of thing. We could say, oh, let's just delete that one. And then we can just put in the course outline that that day will be skipped over for this reason, if we know in advance. Sometimes we don't know in advance. Sometimes we get sick last minute, but I do advise for any times that where we do know in advance that that's happening, to let the students know in advance so that they are aware, or put it in the course outline, that kind of stuff. Awesome. So now I'm going to click on save and continue to move on to the next part. Okay, so now we're going to classify the courses. So there's all these different types of courses. So how do you know if your course is advanced level or Canadian immigration workforce training courses or executive foundation level, whatever it is? Well, there's actually kind of some guidelines over here, which I'll show in a sec here. Let's go to instructor panel. And then let's go to the home, actually. I think it was at the home where it was. And we can click on our programs and then classification of courses. So click on that. And then it'll tell you about all of them. So if you're not sure how to classify your course properly, I would just read the description of all of these and see, which one does it fit into, or you can even just search and paste as well. So for example, let's say I'm doing a post-secondary undergraduate level course. I could type in undergraduate or bachelor's. And it brought me to higher level courses. Graduate course is defined as any course which is an above undergraduate level. Okay, so that's not quite it, because that would be above undergraduate, and we're looking for something that is undergraduate. So I'll move to the next one. This one says mid-level courses. Mid-level courses are defined as topics directly related to undergraduate education. Okay, so this is probably it, but let's keep reading. After secondary, prior to postgraduate education. Okay, so before postgraduate, but after high school. Okay. The M-level courses typically includes all post-secondary programs up to, but not including level of bachelor's degree. Okay, so no, so this wouldn't be bachelor's degree, but everything before a bachelor's degree that's after high school is mid-level courses. Therefore, topics that are related to university undergraduate level materials fall under this category. Okay, so anything related to that would still be here. So the degree examples, BA, B of Science, B of Commerce, Bachelor of Science Engineering, etc., all these ones. These courses are designed to complement university undergraduate students in their areas of study. Okay, awesome. So these ones could be to help students who are in undergraduate, or these courses could be things that are, not actually undergraduate courses, but courses for people who have completed their high school diploma. So now we have a good understanding of what mid-level courses are. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through every single one, but that's what we could do. So that's what I recommend doing, is type in a couple keywords and then just make sure to fully read the description of that one just to make sure it's correct. Because the first one we saw that I thought, oh, look, we have the keyword. When we actually read into it, it actually said that it's for after undergraduate studies. So I'm like, okay, no, this isn't quite right in the end there. So all NIST courses, all courses for the K-12 unit are always foundation level courses. So that's why this one's foundation level. So even if it is like a harder high school course, like I would say the grade 12 calculus is a pretty typical course, I agree. However, we would still classify it as a foundation level course because it is part of the NIST program. It is part of K-12. Okay, then we would put the area that it's in. So K-12 unit, school unit, and the area of study, right? Because it could be 1 to 12 for homeschool, could be elementary, middle school, high school, or preschool. And this one is definitely high school. This is a grade 9 class, so we would say high school. Then it says learners accessibility and others. So here, there's different ones you can choose. You can choose show all lesson, which is what I personally do. That means all the lectures will open after purchase. So all the lectures, all the materials, after someone's purchased it, they'll be able to just access it all. So that's an option, and that's what I personally like. There's also available sequentially. So that means a lecture will be available one after the other. So when they buy the course, the first lecture is available. They can watch that. Once they've done that, they can move on to the second one. Once they've done that, the next one, and so on until eventually they get to an assessment, and they can do the assessment. And then not until they're done the assessment can they do the next thing, and so on. So that's an option. Then you could also do unlock after X days of enrollment. So you could say, oh, after 0 days of enrollment, so right away they get access to unit 1, and then after 7 days of enrolling unit 2, or another 14, unit 3, something like that, if you prefer that. You can also unlock content by date. This one might be a bit harder for asynchronous because you don't know when the people actually signed up, right? And so it's possible someone will sign up after all the content is unlocked anyway by that date, but this is an option, especially for synchronous mode, if you prefer that to have, no matter when you signed up, on this date, this will open, on that date, that will open. So that's an option too. Then there's unlock after you finish the prerequisite. So maybe you have to watch the prerequisite lectures to watch the new lectures. So yeah. So for my math course, and just all my math courses in general, it is typically better to start from unit 1 and then go to unit 2, because sometimes the things that you learn in unit 2, you'll need the unit 1 material for it. And I will assume that you already understand the unit 1 material because we already did it. And so I can see why a lot of teachers would want to do sequentially. That said, personally, I just usually just choose show all lesson, but that's up to you.
May I add something here, Miss Anna? This is very important as a student, because when a student purchases the course, apart from NIST and K-12 unit courses, I think we should keep all the courses, show all lessons at once, because they will see the course lesson plan, course outline, and then they will purchase the course. When it comes to the NIST and K-12 unit courses, Ministry has some prerequisite. We cannot bypass those prerequisite for the students. So the superintendent office will take care of this. So the meaning of that statement is, you, me as a teacher, we should keep all the lessons in this mode, and the administration from the superintendent office will take care of the prerequisite as a condition for the ministry requirement. So we don't need to think about it. Thank you.
Awesome. That's good. Then we have days of expiry. I usually just leave this blank because I don't want it to ever expire at a certain point. If the student purchased my class, they purchased my class, and I want them to be able to get to make sure that everybody who's willing to put the work in, even if something happens, to be able to get that. So I just leave this blank because I'm not going to say it expires at some point. If the curriculum changes, then I need to tweak the course. I can do that, but there doesn't need to be an expiry date, in my opinion. Then you'll put learners accessibility. So is it paid or free? I chose paid. For all the NIST courses, there's actually a set amounts on the NIST website for each one. So for all grade 9, 10, and 11 courses, I believe it's $990 per course. And then the asynchronous course price is a little bit lower, but you don't have to worry about that or put that in. The system will automatically calculate that for you. So that's not a concern at all. For old price, it doesn't matter. Just put anything in there that you want. Then we have then we have the language. So you can put in any of the languages that the course is taught in. I only know English well enough to teach any of these languages. The only one I know well enough personally is English. So my courses will be in English. However, you can teach a course in any of these languages. So long as there is the market for it, you're good to go. Then we have the difficulty level. So advanced, foundation, intermediate, or professional. So again, you'll just go back and refer to the course classifications for that. Just make sure that you're aware what level, what is what level, and then you're good to go there. So mine is, of course, foundation because it's a grade 9 mathematics class. Then you can choose a course thumbnail. So here's my course thumbnail. I recommend putting the important information on your course thumbnail without making it too busy, because people, if they see big bold letters and just a few, they're more likely to read it. If they see a whole paragraph, they're not going to read that. They're not going to read that on the thumbnail. People are going to click on the thumbnail that's easiest to read and simplest. But yeah, you can include, that said, you can include a few pictures if you'd like to, or some things on your thumbnail, as long as it's not too busy and as long as it's very clear as to what the course is about by looking at the thumbnail, you're good to go. Then you can also upload an course introduction video. So this video could be anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes long. So just a quick video introducing yourself and introducing the course. So I'm actually going to play this video for everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to grade 9 D-Stream Math. I'm Mrs. Nicolau, and I'm the teacher for this course. I graduated with an honors bachelor's degree of science with a mathematics major from the University of Toronto. And I've also taught mathematics with the university, as well as the Great Lakes College of Toronto and a few other places as well. So a bit more about this course. This course is actually offered both synchronously and asynchronously. So if you would prefer the synchronous version, be sure to just double check what dates and times it's being offered before signing up. If you're interested in asynchronous, then you'll have access to all of the lecture videos along with office hours throughout the week where you can ask questions and get extra help from me. But either way, this course consists of the same tests and exams and units. The main units in this course and what we'll be covering is going to start with numeracy and relationships as well. Then we're going to move on to powers, polynomials, and other operations, including order of operations and solving equations. In Unit 3, we'll focus specifically on lines or linear equations. And then in Unit 4, we'll review geometry. So Unit 4 is all about geometry and measurement. We're also going to do some EQAO practice as well. For a lot of you, EQAO is a requirement and part of the curriculum. So we will be going over lots of EQAO review materials and all of that, as well as showing you guys how to sign up for EQAO and succeed with that as well. So that's all for me. If you do have any questions about the course before signing up, please feel free to contact us, as we'll be happy to clarify that for you. And that's all for now. I hope to see you all in my class, and bye for now, everyone.
All right, so there's my introduction video there, as you heard. But basically, you have two options. You can directly upload the video, or you can upload the video onto YouTube by putting in the YouTube ID. We recommend uploading it to YouTube first and putting in the YouTube ID. And the reason for that is because that way some people will stumble across the YouTube video and they'll be able to sign up for your course from there. So it's extra free advertising pretty much, right? Because YouTube doesn't charge you money to put videos on their platform. They let you upload videos for free. And at some point, they actually pay you to put videos on your platform at some point, but that's besides the point. But I'll show you kind of what I have here for in terms of YouTube. I'm going to share my screen again. There we go. So here is my YouTube channel that I have created specifically for courses with NSRIC. And here's that same introduction video that we just saw. And the first thing you see in the description is earn your MTH1W credit towards your OSD by taking the full course. So students can very quickly and easily just click on that and learn all the information they need to learn about this course. So that directly takes them to the course page from the YouTube video. And it's not something where they even have to click the show more button or anything like that. Even just very beginning, click on it, and there it is, right? So it should be probably the first thing in the description. So it's something very easy for the students to see, so they don't have to dig for it. So it's easier, it's simpler, etc. You can also put that on your other lecture videos even. So if I go to content here, some content I did recently for this course is I did a video about simple interest. So if I go to my video about simple interest, and
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
don't worry, I will not bore you with 40 minutes of simple interest, which isn't even used in real life. But anyways, this is the video on simple interest, which I did because it was part of the curriculum. I put in some keywords here, like the course code and some other keywords too. And then very first thing you see in the description is earn your credit by clicking here. And you know, same thing, you click here, you can find out how to get to the credit. So that way people who stumble across your YouTube videos or who stumble across your introduction videos, they can sign up there as well. And that's a free advertisement. And in terms of how to get the affiliate links, we already went over how to do that. But if you've forgotten, no worries, you can always watch the this video recording again to figure that out too. But yeah, that way you're able to get actually extra because you're the person who advertised it as well. So you get a little bit of an extra there. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now we'll click save and continue. Okay, now comes I was going to say the hard part. It's not really hard, more of the long part though, I will say. This is where you can upload for every unit, all of your, all of your resources that you're going to give to the students. So for example, the main things here that I've uploaded are the videos. So for numeracy and relationships, I have a video on squares and square roots, multiplying fractions to lowest terms, dividing fractions, and so on. I have all of these videos. This is also where you could upload an assignment or a test that you want the students to hand in and put in instructions as to how they're going to hand it in. You can also put in any like PDF files as well that are resources. So maybe there's like, as we call it in, growing success, we call it like assessment as or assessment for. So things that are formative assessment that won't actually count towards the final grade, but that will help the students to prepare for their tests, prepare for their exams, and just help them learn the materials better. So any of those resources you can put here. For instance, I have a personal finance course. So I would put, for example, like the budget outline from Gail Balzac-Oxlade, for example, because that's the book we're using for the course. She's a wonderful Canadian author, and she actually had a couple television shows a while back. So if you're interested in that stuff, look her up. But anyway, that's an aside. So how do we actually upload these materials? So first you'll click on add a module to actually add a module, and you'll type in the module name. So for example, I already wrote all the modules here, but let's say there was going to be unit 7 and it was going to be about, I'm not sure because I actually uploaded all the units, but let's say I was going to do a second one on personal finance. I could put that here, which I spelled it wrong, but that's okay for our purposes. And then you'll click here and then click on upload lesson, quiz, assignment, project, exam. So you can upload anything like that here. So upload lesson. And then you could upload either a video directly. You could also upload a video from YouTube by punching in the ID. Which the video ID is just the link to the video. So I'll actually go back quickly to my video and I'll put in that link there, and then you'll put in the topic, right? So for example, let's say the topic for this one is Introduction to Personal Finance. I would put that in, Introduction or Intro to Personal Finance. And then learners' visibility could either be lock or show. So if you want them to see the video without having to purchase the course, you click show. Otherwise, you click lock. So in general, probably most of them will be lock. However, if you want, for example, for people who are just looking at the course and looking at purchasing it, to be able to see like a sample lecture, you could put a couple things, maybe 2 or 3 lectures overall unlocked so that the students can see before they actually sign up. And then you'll also put the video duration. So let's say this lecture is 32 minutes and 42 seconds. Then you'll hit save, and then it'll be good. Okay, so I'm actually going to delete this one because this is just one I did for demonstration purposes. So I'm actually going to delete this. Yes, delete it. item has been deleted. And module delete, let's delete this model because I actually don't want this module. But yeah, there we go. So you can upload everything there. And then students, if you've locked it, they'll still be able to see that these videos exist and how long they are. They just won't be able to actually watch the videos until they purchase the course for anything that's locked. So once you're done, you'll click Save and Continue.
And if I may add something, you make sure you lock your course lecture. System will automatically lock, but for the promotional purposes or for your marketing, you can unlock one or two lecture. This is number one. Number two, here, quizzes, assignment, and projects. This is very important. Let's say if you want to upload a quiz, name the quiz, let's say quiz 1. Type of quiz, there are many setup, at least single choice, meaning you have 4 answers. So only one is the correct answer. Then choose single choice. Multiple choice, in your question, you have more than one answer. So you select multiple choice, and when you prepare the question, you put the answer multiple and select the multiple one. True or false, very straightforward. The statement that you are putting for the test, whether it is true or false. This type of question, you can put true or false. Short statement and long statement, normally these two are for exams, but you can also set it for the quiz. There is no solid rule or policy from our side. You can choose any one of these. Let's say single choice, right? So mark per question, let's say 2 mark per question. It's up to you. We are not putting any policy and imposing some rules and regulation on you. It is you as a teacher, as a professor, you do it whatever you feel better for your student and for your course. And then time duration, normally what I do, I normally give 10 MCQ question and 10 minutes. So each question is related to 1 minute, but you can put 2 minutes per question, whatever you want. If it is short question or long question, just put your judgment about the duration. So let's say 10 minutes, and then you create. So let's say question, you write down the question here and then enter your option, meaning answer, right? Can you remember when I was creating this quiz, I select single question, single choice. So I have only one answer. Let's say I put the answer here, 4 possible answer or closely related answer, and the most accurate answer, let's say correct answer is this one. Okay, so question 1 is done. Then I am going to prepare another question, question 2. Let's say I put the question 2 and then answer, right? Put the four possible answer and then choose the most appropriate one. Now to save our time, you can now continue up to 10, 15 question, whatever you like. Remember, this is for lifetime. Okay, and you don't need to redo it again and again. You see here, bulk upload. So let's say you prepare a 100 question bank, from there, time to time, you can pull the question and set it for your exam for the student. You can also do that by choosing bulk upload. And one of my courses, I already did it. So you are good to go. Now, if you save another, meaning you go to the 3rd question, 4th question, and so on. If you save, then it will terminate your edition of the course questions. Now you see, you need to make sure you publish it. Quiz 1, you see, you publish it. If you do not publish it, a student will not be able to see it, even if they purchase the course. So this is very important for you as a instructor to keep it in mind. Specifically quiz, you publish. Exam, you publish. Project and assignment, you don't need to publish. Course material, you don't need to publish because these are automatic. But exams, quiz is one of the type of exam, as you know. So you need to publish it, and you publish. Now, if a student, let's say, purchase the course, they will be able to see the quiz.
Then if there's any other instructors, you'll put them here. So let's say I'm doing this course with Yasmin. I would type in her name, and I would put Yasmin Actor, and then I would put in her revenue share. So let's say she did half the work for this course. I would give her 50% of the revenue. Maybe she did more of the work than I did. Maybe she did 70% and I did 30. I'd give her 70 then. Or maybe she just did a little bit of the work and I did most of it. Maybe she only did 10% of the work, so she gets 10% of the shares. Or maybe there's 3 teachers and they all get 33%. So maybe Yasmin gets 33%, and maybe Dr. Hossein also, gets 33% and I get the other 33% or something like that. You could put that in and then click save and continue. Now, in actuality, I did this course myself, so I'm actually not going to include any other teachers for that reason. But if there are courses that you are collaborating with other teachers, then when you're uploading, you can put them in and also what percentages of the work that they've done. Because sometimes it's 50-50. Sometimes both people are working equally hard on the course. Other times, maybe someone just helps you with a little bit of the course. So maybe they just get a little bit. Then we'll click save and continue. And then you can click done. And there you go. Voila. You've done it. So some other things as well with this is you can also bundle courses. So for example, a lot of people might want to take all the grade 12 courses. So maybe they want to take all 3 grade 12 math courses. That's a common thing. Or at the very least, most people who take advanced functions also take calculus and vectors. So you could incentivize people to take both with you by bundling those 2 courses as an example. Or I know Professor Hossein, he has some engineering courses, right, where he has module 1 in one course, module 2, module 3 in different courses. So he could bundle all those together for someone who's interested in doing all of those. I also plan to upload later digital marketing courses, that sort of thing. So putting all the digital marketing courses together in a bundle could be a smart idea. So students can take all of them, because students who are interested in learning about SEO are also likely to be interested in other digital marketing topics. So that's a possibility too. Yeah, so that's course bundling. You can also, right now it's a work in progress a little bit, but you can also add course certificates. And what I recommend with YouTube actually, before the incentive for these courses is to earn your credit. For like career certificates, you can put in your YouTube, earn a career certificate by purchasing the full course and then your affiliate link. Then they click on it. You get a commission from selling the course to them, and you also get money because you were the person who actually made the course and did the work of putting the course together too. So you get double, which is good. Not literally double, because of course you get more from teaching a course than you do for recommending a course, but that's an aside. But anyway, so we can add a course certificate, and that's good because that's something that the student can use later to show to an employer. That's an achievement that they have that they can put on their resume now after they've achieved what they need to achieve in order to pass the class. Or in the case of these courses, they'll still get a certificate for completing MHF for you. However, the main reason that a parent would sign them up is because it's worth a high school credit towards their high school diploma. And vast majority of parents out there, that is very important to them that their high school student does achieve a high school diploma. In this day and age, very few people actually drop out of high school and don't get their diploma. So it's quite crucial for a lot of folks. Okay, still going? Okay, so there's actually only one type of certificate. So you'll click on it and then click next. And then all you need to do is choose a file for your signature. So if you have like an iPad or something, or like a tablet or a Remarkable or something you can write it on, you'll just write your signature there, upload it, and then put your signature here. Also, make sure your signature doesn't also have like a white background to it or any other type of background to it. So there's actually free websites out there that you can use to get rid of the background. So get rid of a photo background. Just type that in, and there's plenty of stuff that will come up that will allow you to do that. So you can just click on one of them, like this one, remove background image for free. And yeah, and looks like, and usually for these websites, there's some pricing if you do it a whole bunch of times, but a lot of websites will just let you do it for free if you're just doing it once. So you can do that to get rid of your background. And then all you'll have to do is click Save Certificate, because everything else will be filled in automatically. So the student's name, because every student's name is different pretty much, so that'll be different. they will also automatically fill in for you the course title, the course ID, the course duration, and also the course instructor. All you need to do is the signature. And then same with certification date, that will be filled in depending on when the student actually completed the course. For synchronous classes, that'll usually be on the last day of class, or when the professor has, or the teacher, whoever it is teaching the course, has actually like finished marking the final exams and has the final grades out and their report cards. Or in the case of the asynchronous course, it's just kind of whatever day the student actually finishes and hands everything in, and after it's gotten marked as well, of course, to make sure that the student's level is a high enough level that they're able to get that certificate of completion, right? Because what if someone, handed in work that wasn't very good, that wasn't really up to standard? Maybe you as the teacher, you give it back to them and say, here's some things to change in order to be able to successfully complete the course. And then once they've done that, then they get the certificate. So, because at the end of the day, this is not a participation certificate, and I can't stress that enough. This is a certificate of completion to show that they have shown a high enough level of understanding of the course material and put enough hours in for the course material that they're able to earn this certificate. And we can give second chances. I think that's totally fair, and I encourage that actually. However, someone who hasn't shown the necessary skill level yet can't get a certificate just yet. They need to show that in order to get the certificate. So this certificate, for example, for the NIST courses would only be given if the student got a 50% or higher, because that's the grade you need to pass the class. For university level courses, it could be more, it could be less. It depends. Hopefully not less though. Hopefully it'd be more. I would think at least 70% for a lot of folks. But yeah, just depending on how much they need in order to pass and get their certification.
To add more little bit, Anna, as you know, for NIST and Cat-12 unit, ministry has the specific standard to follow, specific policy to get the certificate towards the USSD, or we can say transcript. So for NIST and Cat-12 division, this certificate will make sure that they have completed the course, and they can give it to the ministry, or they can give it to the superintendent office for NIST, and superintendent office will issue the credit for the course. For the other courses apart from NIST and Cat-12 unit, this certificate is given to the all individual student who has completed our requirement that is stated in the course outline, as you know. Anna, you are very much done. Thank you very much for your comprehensive discussions.